Everybody. In this video, we're going to share 8 simple steps to help you buy real estate during the era of COVID-19.
Thanks so much for being here. We are Camille and Owen Schwegerly. We co-own the Schwegerly team here at Keller Williams Realty Central Coast on the beautiful coast of California. We're here to provide some encouragement and some educational resources on how to purchase a home, even in the midst of a global pandemic.
So today, we're going to share with you those 8 simple steps. We're going to update you on what the market is doing right now, the market of the moment, we like to say. So you'll be prepared to take advantage of what's happening right now in the market and be prepared to make a strike on a good deal when you see one. So what we're going to do is hop in and show in the market right now, we are seeing a shift. There's no doubt about it with what's happened in the last several months because of the global pandemic. Unemployment is up to 35 million people in the United States. Retail sales have dropped 16.4%. So it's very clear, very obvious we are entering a recession. So what we are seeing in the numbers in our area for real estate prices, homes in San Luis Obispo proper, the city, have dropped about 1.6%. South counties only down about 2%. The North County is down 3%, and home prices on the scenic coast, which is Morro Bay, Cayucos, Cambria, have dropped 10%. So there's some opportunity there with prices dropping faster on the scenic coast than in other parts of our county where prices have stayed steadier and haven't dropped as much. So keep your eye on that.
And step number 1 to purchasing a home in this environment is to partner with a realtor. Partner with a licensed professional real estate agent who has access to these numbers and can educate you on the market. Owen and I know from our experience that our most successful clients are our most educated clients. So partner with a real estate agent that you know, that you trust, and who will take the time to educate you on the market. I know that's our big push. So if you don't have an agent yet and you're looking to chat with someone, give us a call.
Yes, absolutely. And step number 2 in the process is get pre-approved. What can you actually afford? There are so many people who want to buy a home, but they don't know what they can actually afford. So if you talk to a lender, what they'll do is they'll tell you what you can afford, what your price range is, and they'll also tell you how much money you need to put down, and they'll tell you what your monthly payment is going to be. So that way it can be much more manageable on finding a home for you. So next step, find your new home.
And you're able to find your new home once you have partnered with an agent and talk to a lender about what you're pre-approved for. And lenders have different rules right now with what you can be pre-approved for because of the coronavirus. So we always encourage all of our clients to meet with some of our preferred lenders who can educate and walk them through that process. So that ties directly into finding your home, like Owen said, step 3. And when you partner with a great agent, he or she or us will send you listings that meet your criteria. You want a 3-bed, 2-bath in Paso Robles, totally turnkey, ready to go. We'll send you listings and we'll see, hey, do you like this home? It's within your price range. It's in the area you like. It has everything you want. Then we got to go out and look at them, which is the really fun part.
Another thing that is really key right now, and if you're in the market for homes and you're just looking at Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, a lot of these websites don't have access to all of the homes that are on the market, whereas a real estate professional has access to over 99% of the homes that are available. In fact, there's a new categorization in our multiple listing service called Coming Soon. And those listings are available exclusively for realtors and realtors' clients. And that information is not sold to Zillow, Trulia, Redfin. That information is not available. So the people who have access to the multiple listing service portal are going to see those homes before anyone else does.
That's exactly right. Step number 4. Well, it all comes down to when you find that perfect home to submit your offer. And that's step number 4. Make an offer and negotiate your terms. Owen, what does it look like to negotiate terms in a contract?
So when you come in to buy a property, you need to know what's going on with the whole market and specifically what's going on with this property and their seller. What's the motivation to sell? Because if they're super motivated, if they're in default on their home, they need to sell it fast, they'll sell it for a discount. If there's multiple offers on the property, we're not going to get it for a discount. There's sometimes a bidding war that takes place and we actually have to pay more than they're asking in order to win the property. So it all comes down to the current environment, and that's going to be where your realtor is going to help educate and inform you what's going on in the market. So Camille, what are we seeing right now as far as homes on the market and buyers competing in the market? What's going on?
Well, year to date, we're actually down in SLO County 21% in overall inventory. So what that means is last year, there were 21% more homes on the market for buyers to choose from. Now, there are still the same amount of buyers, if not more, because interest rates are so low and people want to move to less populated areas like the Central Coast. A lot of buyers out there, less homes on the market. Demand is still high, really low supply of inventory. That means that, like Owen said, we're seeing bidding wars. We're seeing homes hit the market and overnight go pending. They are already in escrow. They've received multiple offers that are at asking price or above. So we're seeing homes just fly off the shelves. If it's cute and it's priced well, they're going very, very fast. So right now, as of May 20th, 2020, that's exactly what we're seeing in the market. There are less people wanting to sell, a lot more people wanting to buy. So that means you have to make a strong offer if you want to buy a home right now. And it has to be, those steps are critical, especially working with an agent who will negotiate hard for you on your behalf and working with a lender who can pre-approve you and let you know what exactly you're qualified to purchase.
Yeah. And once we get that property under contract, that's where more negotiation can take place. And we'll do inspections, we'll do all the reports, home inspection, pest report. If there's a septic system, we'll inspect that, and we'll inspect a well if there's a well. So once we discover more information about the property, you might decide you don't like the property or you think you're overpaying for the property, and you won't buy it unless the seller makes repair work be done. So we will negotiate for that to be done on your behalf, or negotiate a closing cost credit, or negotiate a reduction in purchase price. So all of that takes place once we get the property under contract.
Which is step 5, getting it under contract.
Being under contract. And that's when you're gonna have your contingencies in place to do your due diligence on the property, investigate the title on the property, make sure it's clear of all encumbrances, there's not any tricky liens outstanding on the property, and you get an appraisal done to make sure that the property is at value, and then your loan gets fully underwritten, and then you close.
So Owen, let's say that I am a buyer and I don't have a lot of job security. My job could be taken away because of coronavirus. I'm under contract on a home. What if I lose my job in the middle of escrow? What do I do?
So if you have your contingencies in place, you're going to be okay. You can cancel escrow and get your earnest money deposit back. So earnest money, that's typically in our area, it's 1 to 3% of the purchase price, and you just put that money in escrow. Once we get the property under contract to show the seller you have good faith, you've got skin in the game, you want to buy their property, and they're willing to pull that house off the market from being marketed for sale. And so your earnest money is in escrow, and that is protected, and that's your money. You get to keep it as long as you have your contingencies in place.
So if I am a buyer and I do a home inspection and I see that there's $10,000 worth of work that needs to be done in order to clear the home inspection, I don't have to move forward with the home and I won't lose money?
Right. you're able to cancel escrow as long as you have those contingencies in place. And just so you know what the timeline is, typically it's a 17-day inspection contingency, and then it's a 21-day appraisal and loan contingency. That's what we put in our contracts, just to give us enough time to get the appraisal done, the loan underwritten, and the inspections done. Another thing, because of coronavirus, things have slowed down in getting appraisals back and in getting loans underwritten. Things are just taking longer because everyone is slammed, so busy, and coronavirus has really caused a slowdown for a lot of businesses.
Mm-hmm. A great agent will walk you through each of these items. You won't ever remove your contingencies without being informed and consenting to it by signing the contingency removal form. So if you ever are in a situation where you're in escrow and your contingencies are still in place and you don't want to move forward with the home while you're still protected by those contingencies, you can cancel, get your earnest money back, like Owen said, 1 to 3% of the purchase price. So that way you aren't out, $5,000 and having to go find a new home.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing to note is, because of coronavirus, the way we show property is completely different right now. Before a seller will let us into their home, we have to fill out a new form called the Property Entry Advisory Disclosure. And what it is a form to protect buyer, seller, agent. And what it does is it says, okay, there's a coronavirus going around right now, and if you're entering this property, you're stating that you have not shown any signs of illness. You are going to take necessary protocol procedures to keep the house safe and clean. You wear masks, gloves, and booties, that kind of thing, and you'll sanitize any surfaces that you touch. And you'll make sure to be very, very clean, because everyone is super cautious right now when showing property.
That's right. Step number 6 is to essentially line up all your ducks in a row. That means that you have all your contingencies removed. There's nothing that you know everything about the property. There's nothing that is new to you, and you want to move forward. And it's now up to the lender to start the process of transferring the funds over to escrow to give to the seller, so that way the seller gets paid for selling the home to you. Mm-hmm. So that's all done through escrow. Escrow will walk you through that process as a buyer and provide your lender with wiring instructions to give directly to escrow to give to the seller. So there isn't any exchange where you need to bring, if you're buying a home for $500,000 and getting a loan, the lender isn't going to give you the $500,000 to give to the seller, or give you $500,000 cash to bring over in a briefcase and meet the seller in an alleyway and exchange all of the cash. That's not how it works. How it works is the lender is going to be the one to initiate that on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about that at all. It's just time to get all your ducks in a row. Start packing. Get your friends or moving company to help you move. Set up your utilities. Tell your landlord that you're not going to be living there anymore, and turn off your utilities at your current place. We'll do a final walkthrough, typically a few days before escrow closes, just to make sure that the house is in perfect condition the way that it was intended to buy. And most importantly, stay in close contact with your agent. You should obviously be in close contact with your agent throughout the entire process, but especially in these last few days, because you never know what might come up and your agent might be needing to get a hold of you, and it's important to be available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had close dates get pushed out because of loans not getting funded on time, sellers not being able to close because they can't sign paperwork. So there's so many moving parts to a real estate transaction. And now, so more than ever, it's harder to get a hold of people, and paperwork is slower to be processed because not everything's open, not everything's available. And so just be sure to stay in constant communication with your agent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, step 7 is the big closing day. Owen, what do you need to bring to the closing table?
So contact your lender. Make sure you have all of the funds ready, wired into the right account. There's a lot of wire fraud that goes on these days, so make sure you get the right wiring instructions from escrow and confirm like double check, make sure before you wire a big deposit that goes there. A safer way to do it, of course, is to print out a check or get a cashier's check and walk it in to escrow. And now a lot of businesses aren't open right now, and so you're going to want to confirm with the escrow company that they'll be available or open for you to come in and drop off that check. And then you'll want to bring, for closing, your photo ID. You'll need to prove who you are if you're signing papers the day of closing with a notary, and all of that. And bring your checkbook. And once everything's signed, all the paperwork is finished, all the funds are in escrow. Escrow wires everything, transfers everything, and then step number 8 is closing day.
Yeah, step number 8 is getting the keys to your home. So you finally get the keys to your home, you have all your friends help you move in, and at the end of everything, please, please write your agent a review. Writing reviews is essential to continuing on with everybody's business. Write your agent a review, write your lender a review, write the moving company who helped you move a review. It's a way to help the business go and keep the economy stimulated. So we always ask all of our clients to write a review as soon as they close escrow, and tell your friends. Tell your friends about the amazing experience you had working with your agent. The best referral the best review you can give is a referral of one of your friends or family members to your agent. Yeah. So please write that review, and your agent will call you in a couple weeks just to check in, see how everything's going. And if you ever need anything, your agent will be there for life. At least that's the commitment Owen and I have. Yeah. We want to be your realtor for life, and that goes beyond the transaction and turns into a friendship. So thank you, everybody, for watching and tuning in. We hope you learned something new.
Yes, please follow our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram at the Schwagerly Team. You can follow us on YouTube as well. And if you want to learn more about the real estate process, please give us a direct message, connect with us. You can call us on our Facebook page, and we'll help answer your questions and help you find the perfect home.
Yeah, and please provide your email if you'd like to receive a PDF of the 8 steps we just walked through. We unfortunately were not able to pull it up on our screen now, but that doesn't mean we can't still send it over to you. So send us your email if that's commenting in the comments or private messaging us. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye.